I put together one of the best going second Dark Magician decks you will ever play. Let's go. Right on, let's get to the deck profile. So for the main deck, we are playing 3 Illusion of Chaos. Now some of you are going to be a little bit controversial about this. The reason why I play 3 is because I do not play Prep of Rights in this deck. I didn't have room for it because I'm playing as many board breakers that I can put into this deck to help me break my opponent's board when it becomes my turn. Then we have 2 Dark Magician. 3 is really bricky. 1, you have a chance for it getting banished, so it's not worth playing 1. But playing 2 can definitely help and be less bricky. But Dark Magician is already a bit bricky. But I played DM at 2 as a must. If you're playing Dark Magician, you must play Magician Souls at 3. It is your main Dark Magician summoner, and it can also get you some draws. Send Spellcaster to the grave, and draw cards, whatever you have, up to 2 to get 2 draws. Now, I only play 2 Rod. I used to play 3, but I bumped it down to 2. I bump it down to 1, depending on how I do, but I've only ever really needed 1 Rod. 1 Timaeus United Dragon, really bricky, but Rod gets Soul Servant, Timaeus sends Rod to grave. They work well together, helps you get out Dragoon. It's not the most optimal way to get out Dragoon, but if you don't get Ref, you can use Timaeus and Dark Magician to get into your fusion summon and get out Dragoon, or any other Dark Magician fusion. Then I play 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon and 2 Ash Blossom. I only play 2 Ash Blossom instead of 3 because you can only use it once per turn, and I'm not looking to open up more than 1 of these. Next, I play Dimension Shifter. Dimension Shifter can kind of get in the way with Dark Magician sometimes, but it also really help out, especially with Ref. So if you have Dimension Shifter, Ref in your hand, it's a great way, especially going second, because when it comes back to your turn, it doesn't matter. You can go normal summoning because it only first turn if you're going second, and then your opponent's turn. Yeah. I play 2 Soul Servant. This I'm debating on bumping back down to 1. I played it at 1 before and it worked out great, but I played it today at 2 and it came in clutch and it really helped me out today. So I might keep it at 2. I might put it back down to 1. Soul Servant can search any Dark Magician card that mentions Dark Magician, spell or trap or monster, put it top of your deck, and as long as there's a Dark Magician or a Paladin monster or DMG in the graveyard, you can banish it for 1 to 3 draws. But I only play Dark Magician in this build, so we only get 1 draw. Next, have to play Ref. Ref at 3. Gets you out Dragoon and the 2 pops with the normal monsters, and then attack for game pretty much, because you pop 2 of their monsters. Most likely they have high attack above 3,000. If it's 3,000, 3,000, or even 3,000, 2,000, you got 1 negate with Dragoon. You do that 1 negate, Dragoon goes up to 4,000. It's an easy first turn kill, or OTK. Going second. Next, I play Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is a board breaker for me. I play as a Instant Fusion target the Time Wizard of Tomorrow. Unlike Time Wizard, when you special summon Time Wizard of Tomorrow, you can destroy all monsters on the field, as many as possible, on your side and your opponent's side. Then you flip a coin to see who takes the damage. So it's a pretty good board breaker all by itself. Next, as consistency cards, I play 3 Pot of Prosperity. Sometimes this can get in the way, so you don't really want to use this unless you have to search, because your opponent only loses half the amount of damage that turn, but it can come in clutch. It can come in handy when needed. 3 Dark Ruler No More, for obvious reasons, so it negates all your opponent's monsters' effects. They take no damage, but hey, it gets you another turn, and as long as you can board wipe their cards, get rid of their field, and you have Dragoon on your field, pretty good for staying on 1 round. Next, play 3 Ultimate Slayer. Unfortunately, right now I left all my targets up north in Nunavut, so I'm just using generic targets that don't have any effects in graveyard, but Ultimate Slayer comes in really good because it's kind of like a Dark Ruler no more. It doesn't negate, but your opponent can't respond with monster effects. So if they have all monsters on the field, Ultimate Slayer is a good way to remove those monsters. Because it doesn't destroy, it just shuffles them back into the deck. Next, I play 2 Lightning Storm for obvious reasons, for back row removal or monster removal, depending on what all they have on the board. Great overall card. Next, just kind of like Lightning Storm, Regeki, but it only destroys all your opponent's monsters. Great card. This card has came in handy today a lot. It won me a couple duels. Same with Lightning Storm. Love it. Used Regeki, Ref. Yeah. And one Harpy's Feather Duster. For obvious reasons, you need it for back row removal. I got 3 Lightning Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster. Works out great. Next, the only trap that I play, Evenly Matched. This works out very well. Highly recommend going second. You have to play Evenly Matched. That's my main deck. Going into my extra deck. Now, extra deck monsters. For links, I play Artemis, IP Masquerena, Dark the Dark Charmer, Celine, Blackluster Soldier, and Access Code. These I very rarely use. They are just for Ultimate Slayer targets, and if I get 2 Dark Magicians out on the field. Evan Illusion, number 11 Big Eye, and Zeus. Next, for the fusion monsters, we got, of course, I already showed you, Time Wizard of Tomorrow, Board Breaker, just a gimmicky card, just for Pot of Prosperity fodder to dump, but just have it in my deck to look pretty. Never gonna summon it. On the off chance, Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, might summon it, might not, depending on going first. If I get to choose, going second, I'm never really gonna go into Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. And then 2 Dragoons. Need to play 2, maybe 3, but definitely keeping it at 2. And the 1 Chaos Angel for my Synchro. This card has came in handy. It actually won me a duel this time, because I was able to banish when the card wasn't able to be destroyed. Got out, banish the card, attack for 3,500. That is my extra deck. Now onto the side. Now my side is very controversial. It's not optimal. It isn't really what I wanted to play, but I decided this last minute to throw in just in case my opponent makes me go first, because they see me blind second. So going into game 2, they usually tell me I'm going first, especially if I kick their butt first round, going second. So 1 Ash Blossom to finish off. Playset for 3. 3 Droll and Lockbird. 1 Upstart Goblin, so I can get rid of the 3 of Pot of Prosperity, and an Upstart Goblin. Monster Reborn. Change of Heart, those are going second cards. Monster Reborn does come in handy going first if I'm able to get up to DM Triangle, use Monster Reborn. I am not using that very often. 1 Dark Magical Circle, 1 Magician's Salvation, 1 Secrets. See, I went first the one time, and then opponent made me go second. Opponent made me go first the second duel, and I was able to get Village and Dragoon, and they couldn't really do much, so they scooped Terraforming to get into Secrets or Salvation, and 3 Skill Drain and 1 Eternal Soul. Not optimal, but it does work. I side out almost all 15 to replace all my board breakers when my opponent makes me go first. Game 2 or game 3. Anyways, that's it for my deck profile. Do you want to be part of one of the best Dark Magician communities in all of YouTube? Come join my Fellowship of Chaos, and let's grow and learn together. May the heart forever be in your cards. Let's go!